welcome back to our channel. In today's video, I will talk about how to solve a problem in scriptfile in Matlab. I will tell you the steps to follow when you're solving a problem in scriptfile. I already made videos about introduction of Matlab, so if you guys haven't checked that out yet, you guys can go and watch our previous videos. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So there are 4 steps you need to follow when you're solving an engineering problem in scriptfile. And what are they? First step is comment section. What is comment section? Comment section is, it means just to write enough statement to describe the program. So whatever problem you have, you need to write few sentences to describe what your problem is and what it's asking. And how do you write comment section? So you use the percentage sign, and when you use the percentage sign and you write any sentence, anything, the program will not count it, or it will not do anything with it, because it will automatically know that this is just for comment. Okay, so when you write the comment, it will appear green, so you will know that this is the comment section. What should be in the comment section? There are no particular rules for that. You just write few sentences to break down the problem and explain what it is, right? So it can be the name of the program and any keywords in the first line, or any definition of the variables, like if you're using any variable, like what the variable means, and any calculation you want to do, or like any mathematical equation you used, and what type of function you are using. You can write all this stuff in the comment section, so when your professor or instructor will see your problem, they will know what were you thinking to solve it, like how did you approach the problem. So that's the first step when you're solving an engineering problems in scriptfile. Then the second step is input section. So it means like you include data or the input functions or comments for documentation, right? Because in scriptfile we are allowed to make user-friendly program. So we can make an input function where we ask the user to put inputs, like using an equation, so you need to have an input to find the output, right? Or even if you are or even if you are plotting a graph, you need to have some inputs and outputs, right? So we can ask the user to give us the input, and that's why we have a section, input section. And then the third step is the most important one, is the calculation. You need to show your calculation, of course, because without the calculation the program will not run. And the second thing is step, because you did all the steps, right, and you did all the calculation, but if you don't use display function, the output will not be shown in the screen. Okay, so you need to use a function called display and then the output name. So for example, if you're solving for y, you will say display y. Okay, so you need to use the display, or even like if you're plotting a graph, you need to use plot x y. So you need to have something to like show that output. Okay, so they are the 4 steps you need to follow when you are solving a problem. So now let me give an example, like to make it clear, and let me start another file. Okay, tell you the problem first. The speed v of a falling object dropped with no initial velocity is given as a function of time by v equal g times v. Plot v as a function of t for t less than 0 and greater than t final, where t final is the final time entered by user. I know it was a little bit fast, but I will of course break it down and solve it. How can I break it down and make it simpler? And we have our first step for it, comment section. So let me have a comment section and write down what the problem is actually saying. So the program name is program falling speed dot m. So this is my program name will be. So this I just write the name first, and this is an example. So when you're solving a problem, like you can use my structure or the way I am writing the comments. Then I will write what is the main thing the problem is asking, right? Plotting. So plot speed of a falling object. That's the main object, that's the main goal for this problem, right? Then I will write the variable. The one variable they say is t final equal final time in second. So that's the variable was mentioned in the problem given, which is v equal to g times t, right? And so let me write down what each variable in the equation means. V is the array of speeds, right, which means like meter per second, and then t is the array of time at which speed is computed. It is in seconds. Then what is then g is the acceleration, which is 9.81, is a constant. So now we know what the problem is. Basically we have to decide which one is our input and which one is our output, right? So another information that was in the problem was t is between 0 and t final. Now we have all the information we need for this problem. So now we have to decide which variables are the input variables and which will be our output variables. So we know that v and t will be our output variables because we're going to plot the graph as a function of v and t, right? So v and t will be our output variable. So which one will be our input variable? And we know that we have another variable which is t final, and t final will be our input variable. What is t final? Why t final will be our input variable? Because we need t final to find out the array of our t, because t final is the last variable of t, and in the problem it says that t final will be user friendly, so it will be entered by the user. And how do we write a variable as a user friendly in scriptfile? So we basically write down the variable, we say equal, and then we write input parentheses, we write enter the final time in seconds. And you can write anything inside of here. Value, you can write enter the value of x, you can write anything here. So, but like since our input is t final, I'll just write this line. Okay, write all this as a comment section because I want to break this down to you guys. But if you're writing to yourself or just solving it, you don't need to write all these, you can just write like a few lines, 2 or 3 lines, just to describe the problem. But since I'm explaining to you guys, I'm writing all this as a comment. Okay, now we have all the information. We can jump to solving it. First thing is t t equal to, because they said t is an array, t is between 0 and t final, right? So we will write, how do we write an array? I explained in our previous video. So we write the first element 0 colon, then we write the distance between each element in the array, and let's call the distance is dt. Okay, and then we will write colon, and then we write the last element of the array. Okay, so that's the area of t. And then like we need to decide what is dt. Okay, so we can find the distance equal the last element divided by any number you want. I want 500 points, so I will use 500. You can use 500, you can use 100, you can use 1000. Basically 500 means the number of elements you want in the array, right? So you can use any number you want. I just use 500 because I want 500 points. So we have the t value. Then not write one line which is the user friendly of t final, because we cannot just use t final without defining it or without giving it a work. So let me write t final, and I will just t final, and I will just copy the comment. Now we have t final, and using t final we have found the t. Now we can use the equation for v equal to g times t. Okay, but we have to give g a value, right? We cannot just use a random variable without giving it a value or defining it. So g equal to 9.81. Okay, now we have a g, we have t final, we have t, we have the equation, right? Now we have all the variables and equation we need. Now we can just simply plot the graph. Plot t v. Oh, sorry, I was write v, not that sentence. Okay, now I want to level the x-axis, so I will use x level t in seconds. Okay, I also want to label the y-axis. I will say y level v in m/s. I want to give the graph a title, so I will say title, let's say speed of a falling jet. Okay, so we're based with the problem. Now we can run the program. So I have to give the program a name. Let's say program falling speed. So it's the enter the final time in seconds, because why it came, because we make it user friendly. So it will ask me to put a value for final time in the command window, right? When we ask when we make any variable user friendly, the program will ask the user in command window to write the value. So let's say the final time is 20 seconds. So we get an error. Error in line 14 is t. Get an error in the line 14, which is this one, right? What is the error? They couldn't recognize the function or variable dt. So why is that? Because we already we declared dt here, right? But we did not declare it before t, because the program goes line by line, right? So it comes here, it comes here, and it tried to solve the t, but it found an unrecognized variable dt. So we have to declare the variable dt before t, so that it recognizes it when it comes to line 15. So that is a point I want to make. And one more point that I want to make is that when you have make a mistake, it will tell you in the comment section, like it will give you the line number and it will give you the like reason for the error. So let me run it again, and hopefully we don't get any error this time. Run. So it's asking us to put the time again, so let's say 20 seconds. And here we go, we get the graph. So this is the graph of speed of a falling object. So this is the title we wrote, and this is the y-axis, this is the x-axis. And this is how we solve a problem in script file in Matlab. I hope you guys find this video helpful and you like this video. So, and if you do, please subscribe to our channel, like this video and share with everyone, and we will see you next time.